Yes, sir, we're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Bandai Tamashii Nations Effect Thunder in Yellow review. Let's do it.
That's crispy.
A quick look at the front. You can see the Tamashii Nations logo and the Bandai logo and a quick little diagram right there. It says Effect Thunder Yellow version at the top. And a closer look at the back, you can see another little diagram here showing you how you can attach some of the parts of the effect together. And on the right side, a couple of examples here of things you can do display-wise. So in the clamshell, this is how it looks. You got 3 levels here. One covering the top and the middle level, and the lower level that has the additional effect parts in there. So I'm going to crack this open. And that's how it looks when you remove the top layer. And there's the third layer, which has another cover over the top of that third layer. So essentially this is what you get. You get 5 separate parts. It's 1, 2, 3, a single piece here, that's 4, and then this large piece is 5. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I always thought that thunder was the sound that you hear in a crazy rainstorm, and lightning was what you actually see lighting up the sky. So I'm not sure why they're calling this the effect thunder when in actuality it's more like lightning or electricity. But anyway, these are how the parts look a little closer. You can see that. You can see there's a little clip here. So there's one that has like 3 little stalks there, and that has a little clip on it. And this has 2, and they're all moving in different directions. And then this single one, actually has a little peg hole there. So that's interesting. You could do a couple of different things with that. This large piece is just crazy with a lot of different stalks all over the place. And you got a peg hole at the bottom there. And then you also have a part here where it looks like it can attach maybe to a Tamashii base, or maybe I should look on the box to see what's what. But obviously this can be used in this fashion where the person on the receiving end would be down here, and I guess it'd be shooting that way. But let me check the box. So I barely ever use these, but I do happen to have a set of these Stage Act 4 display bases. So let me mess around with these to see if they attach to these bases. So here we go. This does actually attach here at the base. So we can do a move like that, and this is articulated at a couple points here and here and here. And then the arm can attach to a base here. And then you have the largest effect part on a base. So obviously you can put a figure on this end and one on the opposite end, and vice versa. Actually, I think on the box they have it where one of the figures is actually shooting from this end, so I actually had it backwards. So I mean, I guess it could go either way depending on what you're doing display wise, but I believe this end should be the person who was actually emitting the effect, and then on the other end should be the person who was on the not so lucky receiving end. So obviously I'm winging this, but now that I'm looking at the actual instructions, I see that the larger part actually separates into 2 parts, and all of these smaller parts can attach onto here in various ways to make it one big, huge energy lightning effect. So I attached it here, and I'm also realizing that This one that I said you could attach to someone's hand, what you still can actually attach is right here at the top. So that's how that works, and I'll attach the rest. And these singular parts attach at different points here. I'm sure you could attach them at any one of these points as long as they fit, and I believe this last one goes here, if I'm not mistaken, in some way like that. And then we're going to attach this again. I had to pull back a little bit just to give you an idea of the size, the scale. Completely assembled here with all of the modular parts on there. The Effect Thunder is about 10 inches tall. I have the SH Figure Art store right here, which I'll talk about in more depth in the next episode of Main Course, but I just have them here for a little size comparison for scale. And then you got a Marvel Legends figure there. So obviously this effect will work with just about any figure. I mean, obviously if it's a 5 or 6 inch figure, it'll be just right. If it's a 3/4 inch figure, then you know it'll just be a larger effect. And that looks pretty cool. So obviously at a certain angle, you'll be able to hide the base a little bit, and I'm sure you'll be able to set up some cool things. Maybe I'll get something going real quick. So a little quick something just to give you an idea. I got the Marvel Legends Spider-Woman and Wrecker here. That's one possibility with the full-on effect totally assembled. And I'm just cycling through this quick. As I do this is the first time that I'm actually messing around with it. As I review this, I do that often when I do reviews, just so it's the raw, unedited review, and you really get my initial reaction in terms of effects. You know, they had the ground impact, the effect impact, and the effect flames, and now they have this thunder, or what I want to call lightning. And one of the things that I didn't really like about the fire was it didn't have the greatest light piping. This seems to be okay. I have a really bright light right here. I mean, you should be able to work with it in some type of way and get these the arms and the appendages of the electricity to light up with the proper lighting. And this is not the optimum conditions right here as far as me setting up something, but I think these will work pretty well with some light on them. And just another angle, another option. So you can really have some fun with this. Again, I'm going full throttle here with the full effect. I'll break it down and show you some singular things that you can do with the singular pieces. And there's another option with the parts that can clip on. I actually don't really have them clipped on. The way this hammer works with Thor is the actual hammer can detach from the handle, and so I detached it and just stuck to it up around the neck of the handle, and then put the hammer part back on, and just push his hand close to the bottom of the effect and in between the top of the hammer, if that makes sense. So, and one of them is actually just linked up on top here. So I mean, there's options. You can do stuff like that. So it's a lot of options. My major concern probably is getting the light piping to work properly. I'm not really doing too much with lighting right now, but whatever. That's not working, but you get it. And I'm just cycling through some ideas and some possibilities. And that's pretty cool. That's the single piece. I just have it stuck on a hand with a little small piece of wax. I probably could have balanced it up there, but time is not really permitting them to do too much of that. My camera's dying. I'm trying to finish up here, but there's another option, and I think that looks really cool. And you could also do it straight out. Again, that's with a little piece of wax, but I think that looks pretty cool too. Let me see if I can get it to stand up. And there you go, from the side. And if you have a character whose fingers are small enough or thin enough, you can get this part right on the fingertips, and that looks really cool as well. So definitely a lot of options, a lot of fun factor. I do really like this and do recommend it. This is the yellow version. There is also a blue version coming out, so you can do some things with Naruto and with Emperor Palpatine and just about anybody else who will do like a blue electricity effect. I would give this a maybe like a 9 out of 10, man. It's a very fun effect part. It's great for A.C.B.A. Obviously, I mean, there would be no other reason for Tamashii to be making these things if it wasn't for display art and the popularity of display art. And these are going to get a lot of use. I could see this being crazy popular in the A.C.B.A. group, and just in display art in general. So I would definitely recommend that you pick these up when they become readily available. And that's pretty much it. Talk to you soon. Peace.